Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice Osagwe Udaro, and welcome back. Well, if this is your first time of seeing this face, please don't make it your last by subscribing, like, share, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. And if you're returning, welcome back, guys. I know you missed my face so much. I also miss you guys too. But that being said, I already said in my last video that I was bringing you guys this hot gist on how I almost got scammed. Yeah. Now, first of all, I'll start by saying that we're already in the Ember months. It's almost the end of the year. A lot of people are looking for money by any means possible. They don't care how they get it, who they get it from, whether you are old, you're young, or as far as you just fall into their trap and they have access to the kind of information that will gain them access to, extorting from you, either physically or whatever, in any form. You don't care. So I would advise that you're very, 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 very careful, very vigilant, very observant. Mind the people you give out certain information to, information about your bank details and all of those things. Keep them to yourselves, because people are out there hunting for money by any means possible, and if you fall into their trap, I'm so sorry for you. So that being said, I remember this thing happened like over a month ago, right? So, and in my last video I also mentioned that I already made a video about it, but somehow it wasn't complete and I didn't want to start breaking the gist into parts. Well, what happened was I got a call, and the call was about how would you like to work with this prestigious company? Let me call it prestigious company. It's actually like who wouldn't want to work with that kind of company? I mean, oil sector, why not? So would you like to work with this company? So I don't want to mention the name. Anyways, I don't want to mention the name. So the person was like, would you like to work with this company? I'm like, oh yeah, why not? Of course, I'm up for the challenge. I'm set. I'm ready. So the person was like, how would you like to work with this company? I'm like, wow, of course, why not? Sure. And the person was like, okay, I'll send you contact now. Call this person and tell the person that this is who you got this number from. I'm like, okay, fine, that's fine. I was already heading out somewhere, so I gave the person the call, and the person was like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. What are your qualifications? What school did you go to? This kind of basic questions. So I answered, and I was like, oh, that's very good. Okay, I'll send you the HR's number. Like, call that person. That's the person actually in charge. I just know the person now. I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. I gave the person a call, and the person was like, oh, and the funny thing was, it was so believable at first, right? It was so believable because the person talked so calmly, very mature. Like, it would be so hard for you not to believe. So I gave the person a call, and the person was like, oh, that's nice. Where are you right now? I'm like, okay, this is the route I'm on, and the office is somewhere in another location, but very popular place. So I'm like, okay, that would you like to come to this place now? Like, you have to come today. I'm like, okay, but when you're coming, come with a medical report, come with your CV, then come with a health and safety certificate. I'm like, okay, well, I think I can run and get my medical report, but as for the health and safety certificate, I can't get it. And I was like, okay, in that case, now mind you, while this whole thing was going on, the first person I called was already like, we called at intervals and be like, okay, we've spoken to the person, like that. So I was communicating with two different people. Now after that, the one who the said HR now said and said I should bring it by 1, and this was already like 11 o'clock, and I had plans to go and make my hair that day. I'm like, this is so impromptu, I'm not prepared. But even if at all I want to come right now, I don't have what's it called, the health and safety report you're requesting. So how do we do that? Can I bring it some other time? And it's like, no, you have to submit everything today so that they know you're serious. I'm like, okay, but I don't have it, and how can I get it? Because It's not something that you can just easily get like that. And the person was like, okay, let me find out how you can get it, and hung up. And the person was like, okay, the first person you called, offer, have you heard from the person? I'm like, no. I said, tell the person to call me, and I'll call that one. And I'm like, oh, hello, sir. Okay, let's just give them Mr. A and B. Mr. B said you should call him, and Mr. A goes on to say, I don't have any time anymore. So what you do now is okay. He didn't really ask for it. He was just complaining. I don't have any time. Why am I going to reach him now? I'm sure what he wants to say is very important. Me now, being a nice person that I am, I'm like, okay, don't worry, let me find somewhere to get recharge card and send it to you. So I bought recharge card of 200 naira and I sent to Mr. A. Now, Mr. A has my 200 naira recharge card, yeah. Now, Mr. B, I get a call from Mr. B back. In fact, Mr. B wasn't even calling me. I was the one calling Mr. B because I was, not be me they find work. Maybe they find oil work, not be just work, oil work. So I was calling Mr. B. I called Mr. B back and okay, Mr. B will give me time to call back. Like, come in 2 minutes, come in a minute, like that. So I was actually calling like that. And then Mr. B now said that the health and safety certificates that I would use for the whole recruitment process would cost me 98,000 naira. Listen, medical report 10,000, then the other one was 88,000, 90k. Let me just say everything 100k, right? So 100k, I'm like, how am I supposed to get 100k for health and safety? So I'm like, I don't have that kind of money for those two things, and I'm not even certain that I've gotten the job already. And the person was like, no, you've already gotten the job, or as long as you already have this qualification, you're already doing this, you're already doing that, or whatever, that your employment is guaranteed. So all you just need to do now is bring these things to the office, and then we kick off from there. So I'm like, okay, that's when I started getting suspicious. So like within me, I just questioned, like, why would you ask me for that kind of amount just for this thing, and how much are they going to pay? So I now called Mr. A, see what he said, but I don't have that kind of money. So Mr. A was like, so what do you want me to do? That kind of money. At that point, I already realized that they were scammers. So I now said, okay, I started playing along at this point in time. I wanted to use back my 200 naira that I sent to Mr. A, because I don't know, how can you just scam me like that? So I now told them that I didn't have 98, but what I have is about 20k. Listen, I just told them that I had 20k. Would you believe that these people said I should bring me 20k like that, and they will see how they will just try to run around for me or beg for me so that I can just start, and then with time I can whatever solution they were offering. So I'm like, okay, no problem, right? It's not 20k. And I said to further, if I didn't need to further verify that they were scammers, and I told them that, but the 20k that I have is cash, so can I bring cash along as I'm coming to the office? At this time, I was already making my hair because I realized that they were scammers. I went to make my hair. I cannot be wasting my time on you, and what you're offering is not solid. So this time around, I was already in the salon making my hair, and the person will call back, so how far? Have you gotten the money? I'm like, yes, I've gotten the money, I've gotten my CV, I'm coming now. Basically, and I told them that I had cash, that can I come along with the cash? And just like, no, started just yelled at me that, like, no, but would I be the one to go and be giving the person the money for you? Do the transfer. I'll send you the account number that you will transfer the money to. The person is the doctor. He'll help you get the certificate. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll go but I can't get, if I go to the bank now, some banks, they take time, or the bank you are sending to me now, they might take time before I stand on the queue, so it will take a long process. Like, okay, go to the nearest POS place you can find and do the transfer. I'm like, okay, I'll be going there now. Yeah, I was still making my hair. My 200 naira card must be exhausted. So I just when I stopped calling. So Mr. A was not the one doing the calling. That's the one I sent the airtime to. Was not doing the calling. How far? Where are you? I'm like, I'm heading there now. I went to the first place. They said they don't have network. Now I'm walking towards the second place now. So just give me some time. And you know you gave me a deadline of 1 o'clock, and this was already 12. When I'm brethren, that was how I escaped those people. Not because I didn't really have the 100k. I no get sha. I mean no get. Well, not necessarily because of that, but because at that point when the Mr. A was coming about not having recharge, I should have realized. But I didn't think of it too much, but I thought about him like, why would this one be complaining to me? Am I the one that's going to send you airtime? But I just shoved it off, right? But at that point when that guy just mentioned that medical report for 10,000 and then the health and safety report was for 90k, that's everything is 100k. That's when I knew, these people think that everybody is senseless like you have it. So that was the point. I just knew that they were scammers. Now that's for me. It's not even like my first experience. Not talk of the numerous calls I've gotten from these people that call themselves customer care from various banks, even at banks that I don't even have accounts with, asking you for PIN, for code, for this, for that. Like, I don't get. So we are in the what we call ember months. Be vigilant, be observant, be careful. Don't fall victim of these people. Nobody is above mistake here, but don't fall victim. Like anything that concerns send me money first, or do the transfer first, or anything that concerns you will see it later, just do the transfer first. Or anything that concerns give me your bank code, I'm calling from so bank, call your digits, your 4 digits, call your 12 digits, call your 13 digits, call your any digits. Avoid it though, avoid it. And this is not like when I was even sharing my experience with my friend and colleague, the person was like, that my own is even good that I caught them on time. Yeah, that someone else was so involved that they like entered into the premises. They entered into the premises, collected the money from the person, and told the person to wait somewhere, and that they were coming back, and that was it. Like the person started calling, number switched off. I also remember one time while I was serving in Kaduna State. That one was so touching and so painful because this person was an elderly person, and the person got a call from them and he just paid them salary. Imagine somebody who cleans dirt every day and then is expecting salary, gets it, and then someone just from nowhere scams everything. But don't fall victim of these people and their scams. They have different ways and different forms to come. Just be careful, right? So that being said, we're in a period where people are looking for money. They want to get Christmas clothes for their children. They want to get different things and enjoy this Christmas. Many of these people who do these things want to really enjoy this festive period, not minding how they do it and how they get it, or see, they don't care. So I'll just say that if you're out there and you're listening and you're seeing my face, be careful. Don't fall victim of scammers. Don't fall victim of scammers. What they say? No, repeat after me. Don't fall victim. The small money that you have been saving since January, or this money that you are saving and say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. If I go home, if I do this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. Now somebody will just call you from nowhere and you are just giving all the information. Wow. You know, like they've called me severally. Sometimes we end up exchanging words. Like, I'm not saying you should go and be fighting them. Sometimes I will purposely waste their airtime. Once you just say, madam was, especially when it comes to a bank I'm not even using, right? If you call me, we're calling you from so bank. Sure, you have an account? I'm like, yes, I have an account. Once I just hear the bank, I already know that I don't have an account. I'll waste your time. Just know that one. I'll just call one number. Yes, 221177. I'll just call the number. When you now realize that this guy is fooling us, I was like, you're not okay. So that's it, guys. Right? Just be careful, and I wish you all the best in this season. And I just pray that our resources multiply, and our resources multiply, and we're not looking for those who will come and take from us. We're only looking for where we will reap where you have sown, and even where you did not sow legally, like if it's as a gift or whatever form. Pray for favor, pray for grace, that your doors be open, rather than sit and think of ways to extort money from people. Okay, well, that's that as far as that's concerned. That's my 2 cents on this particular matter. I might have other cents, but this one at this point in time, that's my 2 cents here. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and keep the locked in this channel. Until next time, bye bye.